Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new video. And today we're gonna be looking at my August Shop My Stash recap, where I'm gonna share with you how much I've used the products that I've put in my Shop My Stash, what are kind of the numbers, if I even touched any of these products, and how do they look, what do I think about them, and stuff like that. So I hope you're gonna enjoy this video, and in case this is your first time here, hi, my name's Sasha. I love indie makeup, I love colorful makeup, I love eyeshadows, and I love filming these monthly Shop My Stash videos to just kind of pick a couple of products that I want to really focus on and see if I'll be able to focus on them. Lately I've had a lot of palettes to review. I've had the Unearthly All I Ever Wanted, the 4 palettes from Little and Avatar, Currency by Davini, Paleo by Gleonat. Now I'm reviewing the Nomad Cosmetics Fuji 5 Lakes, which I have on today, by the way. So it's been a lot, and pretty much the second half of the month I've just spent reviewing products. But let's jump into everything that I have in front of me. So we're gonna go one by one. So first off, I have the Mighty Monster palette by Odin's Eye in collaboration with Annette Oberstadt. This is how she looks like. She's absolutely gorgeous. We went from 11 uses to 13 uses, so I've only used her 2 times. I just didn't really had a lot of time to focus on her, but I think she's absolutely wonderful. She's beautiful. She's still just as wonderful that as I remember her. And yeah, I'll definitely use her in autumn and winter and all year round. This is just such a beautiful palette and I love her, so I'll get a lot more uses out of her throughout the year as well. And this month wasn't the most successful. But I've only had her for a couple of months and I've already used her 13 times, so I don't think it's that bad. Then I have a concealer, and it's the Rimmel Kind and Free concealer. We went from 156 uses to 178 uses, so I've used this one 22 times. I still can't see the bottom of this. Like, I know it has to be really close, but there's still product out there, so yeah. I don't know. I don't know how long this is gonna take. Like, I can slightly see that, like, you know, it is like towards the bottom, but there isn't, you can, like, there isn't fully, there isn't any line to tell by. So I've been pretty good with that one. Then I have the Lunar Beauty Moonshroom palette, which I wasn't very good with. We went from 7 uses to 8 uses. So I've only used her once, but I already put her in my autumn eyeshadow palette collection, so I'm gonna be focusing on this one in autumn because I feel like it's more autumnal color story than summer color story. And yeah, wasn't very successful with this one. But yeah, I think the mattes are absolutely stunning. I just don't prefer the shimmers. The more I use this palette, the more I know that I don't really like these shimmers unless I use them on my lower lash line. But on my lid, it just doesn't really work for me. Then another palette is the Glam Shop Sorbety palette. This one is so beautiful. It's like such an important summer color story. And we went from 15 uses to 17 uses. I've only used her twice, but I've used her a lot in the spring and beginning of summer. Like, I did use her a lot. I mean, I've had her since, what, like April, and I already used it 17 times, so it's not bad. It's just, you know, this month has been very, very hectic. Then I have these Little Cosmetics singles. I have the shade Sigil, which I used once. We're currently at 6 uses. Then the shade Idol, also used once. We're at 5 uses. The shade Allure, I've used this one 2 times. So we're at 11 uses now, and then Parsec, I haven't used it at all. We're at 7 uses as we were before this video, like before this month. But Sigil and Allure have like, I think they're really close to pan. And these shades are on my Project Pan palette, so are like on my Project Pan when it comes to eyeshadows. I was kind of thinking about putting them in one of my magnetic unearthly palettes to just kind of like get more uses out of them, you know, to like swap them with shades that maybe I don't love as much in my unearthly palette. Then I have two blushes. I have the Best Buds and Goji blushes from Menagerie. These are the Arthur blushes. So the Best Buds, sorry. I've used that one 2 times. I had no uses in them at the beginning of the month because I first tried these the first of this month. So I've used this shade twice. I kind of feel like maybe I've used it more than twice because yeah, it kind of feels weird that it will be only 2 times. I think it could be 3, maybe 4, but I guess I just forgot to put it in my Excel spreadsheets. But yeah, I feel like I can definitely recall at least 2 times that I like for sure know that I used that. And I feel like since it has been on my table for like 2 weeks before I could finally like put it into my drawer, it just kind of feels weird that it will be only 2 times. And then the shade Goji, I don't know. I used this one 4 times. Yeah, 4 times. It's such a beautiful shade, like it's very yellow based shade and I love that. Then I have this Essence Skin Tint Hydrating Natural Finish Light to Medium Coverage SPF 30. Mine is in the shade 20, I believe. I haven't used it at all. I don't even know how many uses are in this one. Like, I guess it's under 10, and I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you can hear it, but I had to like really shake it right now because I could hear the liquid in there. And I don't have it for long, like I bought it this year. So yeah, it's very liquidy in there. I don't know if it's gonna work the best, but it has 12 months shelf life. So yeah, at some point this month, or like, you know, in September as you're watching this, I'll try it again to see if it works still. Yeah, it's just kind of, I don't know. Then I have 3 lipsticks. These are the satin lipsticks from Menagerie. It's called Velvet Liquid Lipsticks. So I have Luna, which I only used once. It's this like purplish one, but I'll definitely get more uses out of them during Halloween. Then I have Teddy, which I used Teddy apparently also only once, but I feel like I used that more than once, like maybe twice or 3 times. I don't know. And then I have Kiwi. And apparently I also used Kiwi once, but I remember at least 2 looks that I wore that. So I don't know if I just forgotten to write my Menagerie statistics down or something. But yeah, I don't know. And then I have 2 liquid eyeshadows, which is Adelie. Is it Adele? Yeah, Adelie. I always want to say Adeline, but it's Adelie. And then Salamander. So I think I used both of them 4 times. No, I used Salamander 4 times and Adelie 2 times. I don't love them. I love them in the inner corner or lower lash line, but on the lid it creases a lot. On their website they also say that you can use it on lips or cheeks. On lips it kind of just doesn't really show up, and on cheeks it either creates these like really big flakes or you can't see anything because it kind of just blends into nothing. So not my favorite, and if I would buy another from them it would definitely be something like this, like very iridescent, so that I can use it in the inner corner because you don't really get creasing in the inner corner. Then I have the Electrum Cosmetics Daydreamer highlighter palette. and I've used this one in total 18 times, so all of these shades 18 times. I haven't used this marbled one called the Dreamer at all. I feel like for me it's a bit too dark and too gold. Then this one I used 4 times, now we're at 7 uses. Then Believer I used 5 times, we're at 7 uses. Manifest I used 3 times, also at 7 uses. In Trance I used 2 times, now we're at 5 uses, and this shade called Dream Chaser I used 4 times, and now we're at 6 uses. So that's this one. Then I have this Essence bronzer. It's the Baby Cut Bronze in the shade Cinnamon Spice, is it? Yes, Cinnamon Spice. And I've used this one 3 times. We went from 3 uses to 6 uses. It's this one. It smells beautiful. That's my favorite feature, and the fact that it's extremely tiny. I have this She Glam Solar Flare Chroma Glow liquid highlighter. I used this one 2 times. We went from 26 uses to 28 uses, and I don't know if I'm not gonna just get rid of it by the end of the year, because first of all there's very little product left there, and the longer I have this, the more I don't like it, or the less I like it, I should say. Then I have 2 products from Unearthly. One is the Spring Magic Blush Palette, this one. I've used this one 13 times in total. So this orange one called Alchemy, we went from 2 to 6 uses. I used it 4 times. This one I haven't used at all, we're still at 1 uses. This one also haven't used it at all, we're still at 1 uses. This one I used 3 times, we went from 3 uses to 6 uses. This one I used once, so we went from 1 to 2 uses, and I had to mix it with other shade. And this one we went from 3 to 8 uses, so I've used it 5 times. And yeah, I think my most use is the Incantation and then the Alchemy shade. I also really use the shade Familiar, like a lot. But yeah, these 2 dark ones, and then this like really cool toned pinky purpley one. Doesn't get a lot of uses, but I have to like force myself to use it more. Then I have the Spring Magic palette from them as well. This one we went from 11 to 17 uses, so I've used it 6 times, as you can see. It's been used a bit, like you can, I feel like you can see slightly that there is like a little bit of usage in there. And I've had this palette since like, I don't know, May, or maybe actually it was, maybe it was June actually, and I've already used it 17 times. Like, I think that's good. And is there something else? Mascara. I've used up the mascara. That's the only thing from this that I've used up. And it's the Essence Get Big Lashes Volume Boost Waterproof Smudge Proof Mascara. And we went from 15 to 37 uses, so I've used her 22 times. And now she's like, technically I could still use her on a lower lashes, but for the top lashes I can make a nice lash with this, but it just takes forever because it is pretty dry. So yeah, I have new mascara. It's the Waterproof Thrill Seeker from Rimmel. That's what I'm wearing today, and I am still making my mind about if I like that one more than the not waterproof version, or what is my review. But you'll see that in a monthly haul, probably. And then, is there anything else I wanted? Oh, in total, I always say like the total eyeshadow use. So in total we used all of these eyeshadows 22 times. I'm counting the 2 liquid eyeshadows from Menagerie. It's not as good as previous months. I think in the previous months we had like 30 to 40 uses. So it's not as good, but 22 is still a lot if you take into consideration that 2 weeks I've been pretty much only reviewing the new palettes. And yeah, and I haven't really been doing much else. So I think it's a good number. I'm very happy with the progress. I definitely want to get into the skin tint. I don't know, like it's been so hot in August, and I just didn't felt like using this. Like it was too hot for me to wear anything on my face other than powders. So yeah, I think that's everything for today. I'm kind of tired. So I hope you have a great day. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know if you had any progress during this month, if you've used anything up, if you've hit any pans. All of these informations, all of these infos would be really cool. I just always get excited when you have anything to share. And I hope you have a great day, and I'll be super happy to see you in another video. So bye.